Hey humans, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I do videos on creepy and disturbing things. And today we are doing part 2 of 10 very disturbing TikToks explained. Thank you so much to everybody who tagged me on TikTok. You guys really delivered after the last video. I got tagged in so many videos, so I'm sorry not all of them could make it into this one. I picked the ones that were the most interesting and the ones that best fit my channel and the ones that I just had something to actually say about. My commentary on the video is no reflection of the person that tagged me in it. I appreciate being tagged in anything, as well as no hate is intended towards the original posters of these videos. This is all just for fun. Do not under any circumstance send any hate towards any of the people I talk about in this video. As I've always said, the paranormal is really just a fun thing to discuss, and if you are a believer or not a believer, we can all be nice to each other either way. Okay, we are going to get right into it, but today's video very gratefully does have a sponsor, so we're going to roll to that and I will be right back. This video is sponsored by Extra Wallets, and I am so grateful to them. They've been supporting my channel for the past few months. Extra Wallet's mission is simply to make your life simpler. They reimagined the traditional wallet by making it easier to use and harder to lose. All of their products are super sleek, but at the same time have this minimalist design, and they can hold all of your cards, all of your cash. Extra has solar-powered trackers. These trackers, just give them 3 hours of solar charge and they'll be charged for a full 2 months. They're like the size of a credit card, and voice activation with these trackers works with Siri, Alexa, and Google. So if you lose your Extra wallet, you can ring it on your phone or find it on the map. I told you guys previously how I was planning on giving that super luxurious brown wallet to my dad for Father's Day, and I did. He loves it. But now my mom has borrowed my solar tracker and she won't give it back. I'm gonna have to buy another one at some point because I'm pretty sure she has adopted it. I also use my beautiful 13-inch laptop sleeve in juniper green anytime I go anywhere with my laptop. I get a ton of compliments on this laptop sleeve every time I pull it out. It's just so sophisticated looking, but also very unique. You can go to shop.extra.com/HannahTheHorrible and have a look around for yourself. Link will be at the top of the description right below this video. Thank you again to Extra for sponsoring today's video. Okay, this first one I was tagged in by 2 people actually, both Alejandra3 and then somebody named Frog But Beans. The funnest part of these videos is just reading everybody's usernames. So let's watch that together.
I'm at my family's haunted farm. I was gonna come explore with my husband today, but he couldn't get off from work because he's boring, so thought I'd bring you guys. Hey. Hey.
Okay, that video was posted by Morgan, I believe. Okay, so this person's account is actually really interesting. She lives in the Appalachian Mountains. And a side note, yes, it is actually pronounced Appalachian, not Appalachian, as many people pronounce it. So I just want to let you guys know I'm not mispronouncing it. That's how people from the Appalachian Mountains actually say it. So she claims that her family has a haunted farm there. And personally, whether you believe in ghosts or not, I would not mess with the Appalachian area, because if any place in this world is haunted, it's there. But she's walking along trying to see if she can capture anything for us. And sure enough, she's walking along and hears somebody, sounds like somebody in the distance, say hey at least 3 times. Now, there's a couple possible explanations that are not paranormal. Of course, there's the possibility that she set it up and her husband actually was in fact there, but she said he wasn't, and it's him hiding somewhere and saying this. Another very interesting theory, which I do think probably holds a lot of merit, and this is, I got this from the comments, a lot of people in the comments suggested this, is that it's a crow or some other bird that's related to a crow, as crows have been known to be able to imitate human speech, especially a word like that they hear frequently, that humans use all the time. It would seem likely that maybe this is a crow that was, you know, for lack of a better word, talking to her.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
How are you, buddy? How are you? How are you? I'm good.
Someone else pointed in the comments, there's this other really creepy part of the video where it looks like her shadow kind of looks like this woman being hung, and like speculation on if that's an omen for her or some sort of creepy sign. To me, I don't think this theory has much merit. Again, even if this place is truly haunted, as right before that shadow, I'll show you a picture of it, but you can see that it's just the shadow of a pole or something in the distance, and it's completely separated from her, and then she just happened to step right in front of it. So I don't really think there's much merit to that. So I actually looked into Morgan's account a bit further, as one does, and she does actually have some really creepy videos. Like this one, for example, stands out. So like I said, Morgan lives with her husband in the Appalachian Mountains, and I believe her family, like her immediate family, lives pretty close by. She does a lot of haunted content on her channel, talks a lot about the haunted aspects of the farm. However, she does openly do some skits that are set up paranormal skits. Those ones are very obvious, and she is pretty good about hinting that it's fake. Like this one, for example, is very obviously set up. But she has also said on multiple occasions in her videos that she likes to post both real and fake content to kind of leave it up to the viewer and make it more fun to us. She does claim that a lot of the videos that she posts are 100% real and not set up. She just posts other stuff because she's interested in the paranormal and thinks it's fun to set up some of those videos. Going off my instincts alone, I do personally think that this woman is telling the truth in terms of her truly believing that her farm is haunted and has probably experienced some weird things out in that area. I have no doubt about it. Whether I think it's actually haunted, I don't know. I could see there being reasonable explanations for most of the things that she posts. Okay, this next video I was tagged by Kelly Jo Ray, and this is an interesting one. It's not technically paranormal. Let's just watch the clip before I say anything.
This is a photograph of an empty city. Where are all the people? The shadow of the post here tells us that it is not the early hours of the morning. Short shadows only appear toward midday. A city of this scale at noon should be bustling with life. But there is not a single person in the shot of this panorama. The only life we see is that of a horse without any master in sight. It seems highly unlikely that all the people were told to stay indoors because a cityscape photo shoot was taking place. And this silent scene becomes all the more eerie when we consider.
So if you go to this person's TikTok account, it is very clear very quickly that this person's entire account is devoted to conspiracy theory, and not all the conspiracy theories, but one conspiracy in particular, and that is the Tatarian conspiracy theory. Now, if you have not heard of this conspiracy theory, like I had not before researching for this video, I will explain briefly what it is. However, going through all the logistics of it could take a whole video on its own, so I'm just gonna, scratch the surface here. But essentially, the conspiracy is that our entire archaeological history is a complete lie and a cover-up. They believed that at one time there was this ginormous advanced civilization that existed on the majority of Earth, and it was called Tataria. But a couple hundred years ago, a massive mud flood destroyed most of the buildings and the people in this civilization. And ever since, there's been this huge cover-up that any of this has ever happened. For some reason, it's covered up. No idea why they would cover this up, but okay. Things like the Great Wall of China, the pyramids, and even Washington, D.C. are supposedly proof of this theory because these things would have been big enough to survive the flood. Like I said, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole for this video because we have 10 TikToks to go through, but You could probably tell my opinion on this based on just how I read that. Anyway, this person believing in this conspiracy theory clearly believes that this panorama of San Francisco is proof of the conspiracy theory. There's a very simple explanation, of course, for how this photo was taken. It was taken by a photographer, and he took it from the tower of Mark Hopkins' mansion, which at that point was the highest point in San Francisco. He used a mammoth camera with 18 by 22 inch plates. Cameras from this time had much longer exposures and therefore didn't pick up things that were moving. The streets of San Francisco were very likely bustling just as normal on this day, and the creator, the voiceover, I don't think the voiceover of the video we watched is the same as the creator of the whole TikTok account, BT Dubs. I don't think the originator is British, but anyway, they are correct in that it was taken around 11 a.m. and he took like 13 photos, like 15 minutes it took him to take each one with this giant camera. The horse in the photo was simply the only thing that stood still long enough to be included in the photo. Everything else was just moving. Many people trying to explain this in the comments, and the creator is very, very harsh in pushing back on it. For example, they posted this as a response video.
So if cameras needed such a long exposure time, explain the cameras 20 years earlier in the Civil War. Seems like they can capture a lot. Atlanta, if you like the source on that. Here's another picture about 15 years earlier from the Civil War again. Picking up people. And yet again, here's another one from the Civil War again. Unless these people were told to remain absolutely still for a very, very, very long time, I think you might have the facts misconstrued, my friend. Perhaps they made the steam from these locomotives, again from the Civil War, hold really, really, really still for the camera. And again, maybe all these horses going down the street? Maybe question everything, friends.
However, I would argue that all of the photos that he used as an example are very, very close to the street, and they're pretty much right on the same level. Whereas this person, remember, took this photo from a very high point and very far away. So I think it would be even less likely that with this long exposure, the people would be picked up. There's all kinds of arguments for and against this. Some people totally buy it and think that this must have been abandoned, but I just think that the most likely explanation is usually the right one. And the most likely explanation is that the camera exposure back then was different than it is now. So yeah, I mean, disagree with me if you so choose, that's totally fine, but I personally do not think that this is part of some grand conspiracy. I think photography makes the most sense. Several of you tagged me in this next one, and so I had to include it. This is a video of a singer, and you're gonna see something very strange in the background.
Hey everyone, here's a little update on this video. As I mentioned, this was in my drafts and filmed about 1.5 years ago. And actually, if you've been following me long enough, you may have seen the original version of this song that I posted that night without any visitors. However, this one has this little girl in the background watching from the distance about halfway through. At this time, I was actually living alone in my childhood home, and although I don't know who this girl is, I could possibly offer an explanation. So this is where I normally film the videos, at the top of the banister, in the main hall, just because the acoustics are great. But downstairs, you can see the dining room, which is the room that the little girl was in. And in there, we have this portrait. The portrait is of a little girl, and actually it was here as we bought the house. We contacted the original owners to see if they wanted the painting, but they never responded, and we kept it because it was pretty.
So as with most of these types of videos, my first thought was, why is he conveniently standing off to the side like that? But As it happens for this particular account, that's actually pretty explainable, as if you watch any of his singing videos, he is often at that exact same spot upstairs. And it's likely standing off to the side so that he could get the chandelier in the picture, as it's a very nice looking chandelier and makes the video look a lot more classy, as well as the fact that the acoustics up there are very good for his type of singing. So that explains that. However, looking at all the videos where he took in that same spot, I can't find another one that has that particular corner where the girl appears visible. It's just slightly to the left a little bit more, and so this one being a little further to the right seems like a convenient place to put a ghost to me. Yes, I will give him this. The video is very, very creepy and very well made, but to me this is 1000% fake. I'm sure he just had that picture in the house and made up this backstory for it, as one would do. I have a really cool old looking photo in my house. I'll show you guys a picture of it here. It's actually from my late grandmother's house, and I could just as easily make up a ghost story with that. So that's like, so anyway, good story though. My other thought is the little girl that peeks around the corner looks like the girl from The Ring. Like, what are the odds that the ghost in your house looks exactly like a character from a very popular horror movie? And second of all, what is it with all of these demons just quickly peeking around the corner while people are filming TikToks? They just always peek around the corner a little bit and then go right back to disappearing, never to be seen again. And they just, it's a formula for sure in paranormal TikTok. And it just seems very convenient that that's what so many ghosts around the world tend to do. I mean, did a bunch of ghosts in the world have like a town meeting and they decided that this is what they were going to start doing to creep out the living? It seems to me like that's just a fun way to edit something in. It makes it spookier, it makes it more mysterious, and a lot more questionable and easy to claim that it's real if it's just a quick peek rather than a ghost just standing there. I definitely think this is either edited or he had some girl that he knew dress up all creepy, put her hair in front of her face, and do this for him. I'm calling BS on this one. Okay, this next one is from Bellin Lish. I'm really sorry, I probably said your username wrong, but tagged me in somebody's video. The username is CahootDaddy777, and we're gonna watch a glitch in the Matrix here, so get ready.
So the craziest shit happened to me earlier. So okay, there was a glitch in the system. I'm gonna show you guys a video, okay? So in this video you can see me grabbing a lemon, right? I cut it in half and then I cut it in half once more right there. You can see me cut it, right? I go get a bag, okay, I grab the bag, I go back for the lemon and I grab the lemon and I touch it and I'm like, why is it not cut in half? In my face I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like inspecting it, I take it out of the bag, I grab this lemon trying to see if I cut that one, I recut the lemon because the lemon wasn't cut anymore. I'm freaking out because the lemon was not cut in half anymore. It was literally intact. And you can see me in the video cut the lemon in half. There was a glitch. This has never happened to me and I don't know how to act. I'm freaking out. I'm gonna play the video one more time so you guys can see for yourselves. Somebody please explain to me what happened because I need.
This is such a good one. This one honestly did freak me out when I watched it for the first time because I was like, okay, maybe that was a legit glitch in the system. However, reading through the comments very quickly, I felt dumb because again, I think there's a pretty simple explanation on this one. The most likely explanation is that the first time she didn't cut through the lemon all the way, so they stayed stuck together because the inside of a lemon is, you know, like a little sticky. and from the juice, and so it just like stayed together and didn't look like it was cut. I actually found this really cool debunking account. The guy's name is Dustin Dean Mentalist, and he recreates a lot of haunted videos on TikTok just to show you how people are faking them. Obsessed with his account now. His account is so cool, and I really love how he's just showing you straight up exactly how people are doing this. Anyway, he debunked this lemon video by recreating it himself, so I'm just gonna let him explain it.
There, you can see me cut it, right? I go get a bag. Okay, I grab the bag, I go back for the lemon, and I grab the lemon, and I touch it, and I'm like, why is it not cut in half?
Was this really a glitch in the Matrix, or is there something else going on? Let's watch me do it first. It's simple, the lemon was not cut all the way through with a knife. The lemon inside is a little bit sticky, so it stays stuck together. And as for people seeing the pieces morph back together, no, you're not. Seeing glitches in the camera that you can see all throughout the video, not just the lemon. Pair that with the horrible camera quality and you have the perfect viral hoax.
Go check out his account if you haven't already, because I had a lot of fun scrolling through some of his videos. Okay, this next one is from the username Chris Me Off, which love that, and it's Jesse Chug's video. So let's watch this one. This one's pretty self-explanatory. This person found a car buried in their property. A lot of the comments immediately when I looked in were saying the exact same thing that I was thinking in my head as I watched this video. And that is, this person needs to immediately call the police, because somebody burying a car usually means that they're hiding some sort of evidence, or a car like that just randomly found could be connected to some missing persons case. A lot of the comments were even like, yeah, you know, there's a body in there, right? And whether there was a body or not, or evidence of a body, you should still call the police if you find something like this, because it could still be, even if the body's not there, it could still be connected to a case and the person was just hiding evidence. Just a PSA. Thankfully, in this case, the user was actually smart and took everybody's advice and did call the police. And here's the update video that they said they called the police, and the police told them that they didn't need to worry about it because this was actually a very common thing in the area that they lived, and there shouldn't be anything to worry about. Kind of a quick one. I just wanted to include that because A, the video is very creepy, and also B, just kind of as a PSA to everybody that, again, if you find something very weird that gives you a weird feeling like that, it's probably best to just let the cops know. Just let them know. Hey, it's Carl. Tag me in this next one.
He's coming in from planting those trail cameras. There's vultures everywhere. It's odd.
Blah. Before I talk about this video, first of all, shout out to the amazing ASMR of those hooves on the ground. Oh, I could fall asleep to that sound. That is like the best, most comforting sound in the whole. Anyway, the original poster of this video was actually by the account That One Cowboy, and the original video currently is sitting over 12.5 million views. Again, this could be as simple as crows learning to imitate humans and also just saying hey when they see a human come, you know, out in the bushes and you just can't see the crow. However, this guy does have a playlist of only skinwalker proof videos. from his account. And I have to admit, they are very creepy. If they are fake, they're very well done and very realistic. However, clearly, if you haven't noticed, I'm way more inclined to believe people when they're out in the open like that, especially ranches and farms and things like that. Like, to me, that just makes it seem like it would be harder to stage that. I may be very naive in that sentiment, but that's just kind of how I've been seeing these things. For the hay, I don't think it's edited just because I think that would be very hard to add that in later. As you know, a video editor myself, it's very hard to add a voiceover and make the audio sound exactly the way it does in the original recording. So I think it would be pretty obvious if he had added that in. So I don't think it's staged in that sense. If it is staged, it's most likely somebody hiding off camera and doing it. My only other gripe with this video is that we can't see the horse from another perspective. We only see it from his perspective. If he's a cowboy, the horse would be very, very well trained, especially when the horse's owner is riding him. So what if he just simply did the command for stop and the horse is just very good at listening and turn around and we just couldn't see him like telling the horse to do that? I don't know. I think his other skinwalker videos are actually more convincing than this one, like this one. Like, if that's edited, it's very well edited. I don't think he could have set that up without editing because he's like out in a swampy area in the middle of the night. So I don't know on this one. Okay, let's watch this video that has 24 million views currently on TikTok. So the person that posted this video claims that this is footage of a real demonic possession that took place in 1896. However, there's a few issues with this. This video is 100% fake, and I know that it is, and I'll tell you why. A, video footage from over 100 years ago would not be this clear and great. And B, this isn't even this person's video. It's not a secret if you know the original poster of this video that this video is fake. The original person that made it has never tried to say that it was real. The person that made it is a CGI artist. You can easily find this person on YouTube. They go by the name MBG Core, and they have a whole channel with their CGI art on there. There's several other videos on there. Not all of them are creepy, but there's a couple other really creepy ones. Like there's this one that you could barely tell what's happening, but there's like this lady that looks like she's dragging the rest of her body, like she's cut in half and she's dragging the rest of her body around the street, something like that. I don't even think I can show it in this video because it's kind of graphic, even though it's fake. So yeah, MBG Core, the creator, made this as a CGI project, and of course it got circulated around and the rumors started flowing. So the person that posted this on TikTok is by far not the first and probably won't be the last that took this person's artwork essentially and started making up stories and then circulating it around the web. I do have an issue with the fact that this person, as well as many others, just take artwork without giving credit to the person that made it and then pretending like it's real when it's not, and then it got their TikTok account 24 million views. Like, seriously, that's not cool. Everybody go check out the actual creator's account. I will link it down below and you can go check it out for yourself and show them some support. Okay, this next one, we're back to Soul Mori. I have talked about her account before on my channel. If you don't remember who she is the haunted doll collector. Very, very popular on TikTok. Lovejoy Brainrot tagged me in this particular video, and it is a video of this Soul Mori proving that her dolls are haunted with a little compilation of all their movements. So I guess warning for creepy dolls moving in this next one. Listen, I get tagged in this person's videos on a semi-frequent basis. I love their aesthetic, love their account, Absolutely love their makeup. I don't know how they can get their eyes to look that beautiful. Like, their eyes actually looks like doll eyes, which I'm sure is not a mistake. But anyway, love the account overall, find it very entertaining, don't believe it for a second. All of the dolls moving in her videos is 1000% fake. It's just art, it's for entertainment. Now, that's not to say that she's not haunted in general. I can't speak to that really. She seems to have actual paranormal experiences, at least according to her, and I have no reason to not believe her. And you'd think she would have some sort of paranormal activity in her home if she's collecting that many dolls that are supposedly haunted. But all the doll movement in her video, I truly honestly believe is all set up. First of all, why is the camera always zoomed in and perfectly centered on the doll that's going to move or is about to move or just moved? Like, that seems really odd and convenient to me. Why, if the collection is so haunted, why do haunted dolls all they ever do is move slightly and that's it? Like, they don't do anything else? Like, there's got to be an evil one in there somewhere. If it was really haunted, I don't know, that seems odd to me as well. The other thing is that when I've researched this account in the past, and I'm really sorry, I couldn't find receipts for this, so take what I say with a grain of salt, but I am fairly confident that I remember her actually telling her followers that she would help the dolls move and admitted that the dolls moving is not always real, or at least partially faked. I thought that in this video where Gilbert is like moving on the table when she puts a hat on him, I thought that she'd previously like admitted that she used a magnet under the table to get him to move. So I think magnets probably explain a lot of this. She just puts magnets under the dolls where you can't see them, and then puts her hand under the shelf or whatever they're on and you can't see it in the camera, and uses that to move them. Other possible explanations is that the dolls are often on a blanket or something like that when they're dancing, and therefore somebody could easily be behind the blanket manipulating the dolls. Some of them are simply wind-up dolls, and they were designed to be wind-up dolls, and so they're supposed to move because you wind them up, and I'm sure she just started filming after she wound them up. There's of course fishing line tricks and all other kinds of tricks that if she had a second person would be very easy to make it look like these dolls moved. I don't own a doll, but I really should get one just so that I can make paranormal videos to prove that it's really easy to set up. So, love them, love the account, love the aesthetic, love all the stories that come along with these dolls, but I think the dolls themselves are pure entertainment only. Okay, a couple people also tagged me in this next one. This is the video of a home renovator working on a house, and they hear something in the basement, so they think naturally, as probably common in houses that are being worked on so nobody's living in them, he thinks there's a squatter downstairs. So he starts to film to get footage of the squatter, I assume, to help show the police.
Doing this cabinet crown, and I think there's a squatter in this house. I think it's in here. Hello? 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 Anybody here? Hello? Hello? The heck is that? Hello? Who is it? Shush.
I cannot for the life of me figure out where that video originally came from. So if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments or email me or something, because I'd be really curious to know the creator of that video, because I think it was just re-uploaded by somebody. I don't think the person has a TikTok account. So supposedly there was some sort of poltergeist or skinwalker or ghost something in the basement, because it was not a squatter. And then he started to experience this creepy stuff and ran away. Now, I have a hard time believing this one is real. I just, again, this is just instinctual. I don't really have any proof to back it up, but just in my own opinion, there's no way that this one is real. I just think that it would have been really easy to have somebody else there to open the door, flash the lights, spin the camera, and everything like that. If he was alone, it's pretty impressive if he did set this up, because you can hear him running away when he drops the camera and you don't hear anybody approaching the camera. And so it is impressive if he did this on his own. However, I just think it would be very easy to just have fun with setting this up. You have a friend there who's renovating the house with you. They're hiding and they help you set this up. Like, it would be a fun little thing to do to go viral, right? It would help me if the original creator of the video had some sort of account, because I could look at their other videos. I always like to look at other videos to kind of gauge my feeling of the account overall. And I can't really do it in this case. So me just automatically saying it's fake probably isn't too fair without backing it up. However, my impression of it is that it's set up and just for fun. Okay, this last one is special and a little different, because I saved the best for last. So thank you to everybody who has made it this far in the video and stuck with me, because I think this one's real. And yeah, there's this guy on TikTok. His name is, his handle is Dude, My House is Haunted. He's an older gentleman. He must be at least, I'm guessing he's in his 60s. He set up this account specifically to get help, because he started experiencing haunted stuff in his house. And he reached out to the internet, to us youngins, for help and advice. Like 5 or so people tagged me in this one video of his that recently went viral, and I went back to go get the video for this video and they were gone. So I looked at the guy's account and it turned out that he privated his account. When I requested to follow him, he did approve me, so I am able to watch his videos, but I'm not going to play. I'm gonna play the videos for you guys, the ones that are really, really viral and have circulated around, but I'm not gonna play a ton of other footage, just because if he privated the account, I have a feeling he kind of did that for a reason. I don't know why he privated the account. I can only guess because he's gotten so viral on TikTok that with all the support he's getting, he's also getting a lot of people bullying him, harassing him, calling him a phony and stuff like that. And I can only guess that because he's older and not used to social media. I mean, like people like you and me, we would be very used to that, and we're generally desensitized with it. Getting a bunch of hate on the internet, especially when you put yourself out in videos, is just like part of it, right? Like that's a given to us. But older generations, I'm sure that's like way more anxiety inducing. So I can understand if that's the reason. So I hope that I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, but I really want to talk about his account because I think it is a very interesting one. That being said, if I find out any of you guys, any of my followers goes and says one ill word to this man, I will block you. Like, I will be so pissed. Please, if you go to his account, only send him love and support. If you get approved to follow him, if you want to follow him and he approves you, then please only send him support and just don't be mean. I've said it before. It's just like, it's paranormal stuff. Okay. Sorry about the rant. Let's watch the video in question first, and then I'm going to tell you more about this account.
Hey everyone, I just want to let everyone know that Eb and I are okay. We're staying at my son's house. We've been there for weeks now. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to stay there, but I was going to go tomorrow to the house to pick up some stuff that we desperately need, and I get this weird ring notification, and I'm at lost for words.
Let's talk about that particular video first, and then we'll talk about this man's account. So a lot of people talk about the orbs that you see in this video. I don't think those are orbs personally. I think the attic opened and there's probably a lot of dust there. So that's probably just dust flying around. And then a lot of people also say, well, it was the box. The box just like was on top of the ladder and it pushed the ladder open. According to the creator of the account, this box weighs maybe 5 pounds. There's nothing heavy in it. And then other people were arguing there's no way that a box did that. Like, the box seems to fall through after the ladder is opened, not the other way around. And it takes quite a bit of force to push those ladders down and then pull the second part of the ladder down. And then you also, if you listen very carefully, you might have to go back and listen with headphones if you didn't hear this, but you can hear footsteps. You can hear the ladder squeaking just a little bit. And it's like somebody's descending the ladder from the attic. It's super spooky. This is the last video that he has posted, and this was posted about a week ago. It currently has 9.1 million views. Now, you could hear in that video the emotion in his voice, like his genuine, like he is trying not to cry. And I'm gonna play another clip of another video. Like I said, I'm not gonna play a ton of clips from his account. since he privated it, but I will post one that's kind of floating around there anyway. There's a 4-part video of him talking in his car. He left the house because he describes this experience, which he did actually get on camera too and posted, of this really tall entity next to his shoulder that like whispers to him and asks for help. And he's in the hallway. He pulled out his camera to show us, like, it's so bananas. Anyway, that's not the scary, I mean, that is the scary part, but the scary part is that he's in his car and he can't stop crying because he's so fucking scared. He can't get it out even in 2 parts because it takes so long to get it out. So I'm going to show you just like part of a clip here so you can see what I mean. We're not going to watch the whole 4-part series, but
I closed my eyes 'cause it looked like it turned and looked. Oh God. But my brother listened to it. He heard the whispering, and he's gonna come Friday with some ministers from his church.
So the whole 4-part series is pretty much like that, where, I mean, he's not faking the crying. There's actual tears falling down, and you could just hear the pain and the fear in his voice. I just want to say that I personally believe this man, in the sense that I, at the very least, believe that he is genuinely scared, and he has not posted any of this as a fake out, to fake anybody out or to just go viral. I just don't think that's the case. I think he's an older gentleman, clearly new. Like, I saw in one comment to somebody that he said, "I'm new to social networks," which was like so adorable. But oh, sorry, I don't mean to be condescending. I love him. He's so sweet. But just the fact that he like called it social network and not social media, like, he's clearly very new to this kind of stuff. He has a hard time like figuring out the technology and stuff. So I don't think he just like went on here trying to go viral. I think he went on here for help. And the other footage in his house is so terrifying, because if I didn't know any better, if I hadn't seen him and the way that he talks about this stuff, I would think it was fake. So this man, like I said, he started thinking his house was haunted, and at first he believed that it was his late wife who had come back to, you know, connect with him. And that's what he thought at first. But then things started to escalate, and whatever this thing was started to become aggressive and started to scare him. And now we are pretty sure, again, assuming this is all true and this is paranormal, that this is some sort of entity pretending to be his wife or pretending to be his loved ones in order to just mess with him and scare him. This is almost more proof why all the other videos that we watch are fake, because nobody actually acts this scared when they supposedly come in contact with, you know, demons and entities. So in the last video we just watched, he talks about how he's staying at his son's house. So he is currently out of the home, and I believe that's why he hasn't posted, because he's talked about getting the home cleansed and he's done all that kind of stuff, and he just doesn't want to go back there because of the things that he has experienced. So if you have good intentions and you want to go follow him and see if he'll accept your request, then I would encourage you, again, with good intentions, if you want to go watch some of his other videos, because they're truly terrifying. And even if there's a reasonable explanation for all of this, which is possible, I genuinely believe that he feels like something is happening to him. The only other thing I can think of is that this is some sort of like kids playing a prank on him or something. Like, that's the only other like earthly explanation I can come up with, that somebody's like going around and like doing things in his house and pretending to like haunt him, and then it's messing with him so much that then he's kind of like having delusions or hallucinations, as anybody would after being messed with like that. Like, that's the only thing that I can really think of. or like some of the earlier videos are staged, but I don't think he's staging these. So this account, like I said, saving the best for last, because this is actually some of the most convincing evidence that I've seen. And I would be very interested to know in people that are paranormal experts or people that study this kind of stuff as a living would think about his home, or if, you know, I think he has plenty of people offering to come and help him. Plenty of paranormal investigators offering to come to the home and help him. But yeah, I just think about this man a lot because I really hope that he is doing well and he's okay. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for today. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please go ahead and like the video because it helps the channel out a lot. And I will see you all next week. Thank you so much to all my patrons, but a special shout out to top tiers: Colin Holmes, Deck of Cards, Michelle Valdovinos, Tom L, JJ, Quasi Eli, Little Kittle Cat, Whimsicott Fan, Delta Wolf 776, Mitchell Schaefer Meyer, Mike, Alice Paul, Dark-Sided Otter, Brittany Phillips, Willow Winchester, Amanda Klein, Bambi, Nianu Kianu, Momo Neon, and Philip J.